Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? More like, Kluivert, do you want us? Do you want us? Do you want to stay for Roma? Do you want us? Roma might have another winger which can play both right wing and left wing without even paying money. I'm obviously talking about Justin Kluivert because in these last couple of hours, the probability of seeing Kluivert wear permanently a Roma jersey under Jose Mourinho is kind of increasing because Mourinho is kind of rethinking about this player. And in these last couple of hours, in fact, many journalists are saying that Kluivert will most probably leave with his entire other teammates for Roma's preseason. And then, Mourinho will look there and will experiment with him and will actually investigate if he can be a good weapon, a good substitution player, or even potentially a good starting player for Roma next season to try and aim Champions League and also try and get as far as possible in the Europa League and in the Coppa Italia as well. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, make sure to smash the subscribe button and also smash the like button on this video as well. Follow me on Instagram over here, over at Simon_ASR_. As I said before, you might see a weird background and probably weird quality as well. I am filming with my phone. I'm currently in Amalfi Coast and I'm just enjoying it. I don't want to film absolutely anything. So when obviously we have some news like this, I obviously am going to film them, but I have some programmed videos which I've filmed in the past, which will go out over the course of this entire week. But yes, today we are speaking about Kluivert. Now, if we date back when Jose Mourinho arrived as new Roma manager, we can kind of relate Kluivert and Mourinho having a very difficult bond. When Kluivert was a young starting player in the Ajax squad, Mourinho, who was the Manchester United manager back then and faced Ajax in the Europa League final in Stockholm, Sweden, at the end of the match, he went to Kluivert and said, "You are a star and I can't wait until me and you work together." Now, when Mourinho obviously became a Roma manager, he had Kluivert with him, and everyone expected Mourinho and Kluivert to work exceptionally well together and to potentially have a massive future together. However, Mourinho surprised everyone because when it comes to choosing the squad for preseason last season, he cut Kluivert out. And after all of these declarations, after the Europa League final in I can't remember the year, 2017 was it in Stockholm? Mourinho saying no to Kluivert and Mourinho saying to Thiago Pinto, right, you can loan him out, it was kind of a surprise. And Kluivert got loaned to Nice in France and actually started really, really well. Scored, provided a lot of contributions, and Nice was actually fighting for top four. Now, Nice's big objective this season was actually to try and keep Kluivert. However, obviously, the fact that they aren't in the Champions League and the fact that they slipped up in top four meant that obviously their budget decreased, and therefore they had to sacrifice some of their biggest players, despite Nice having a lot of interest in keeping Kluivert. And this is why Kluivert is back in Rome. Now, there were other offers in the French division, other clubs which are interested in Kluivert. Marseille and both Monaco on the French coast, the French south coast, were interested in Kluivert. But Kluivert is back in Rome. And apparently, something which many journalists are talking about in these last couple of hours is the fact that Justin Kluivert can stay at Roma. And after last season, when Mourinho said, no, I don't need Kluivert is not going to be part of my project, this season, Mourinho is rethinking about this. And the special bond which everyone expected between Mourinho and Kluivert can finally come to a start. And so Kluivert will most probably leave for preseason. Now, this doesn't mean that he will then stay. Because, again, Roma are in need of money. The more money we can build and generate from the transfer market by selling players, the better players we will buy. So Kluivert will leave, most probably for the preseason, which will start on Monday, the 4th of July. However, this does not mean that he will stay. The journalists are saying right now, at time of recording, that Mourinho is rethinking about this and most probably will have Kluivert as a substitution player to improve the squad depth and potentially also be a starting player if players like Zaniolo leave. But there might also be a chance that Kluivert stays for preseason. Mourinho kind of said to him to come for preseason, but to not expect anything spectacular, so that he could then, one, be loaned out again if Mourinho doesn't retain him as absolutely vital. And if Roma is in desperate need of money, is having difficulties in selling players, then we know that many clubs in the French division are willing to pay the amount of money that Kluivert's valued. Both Marseille and Monaco are interested in the club. I think when it comes to the value, Kluivert is valued around 20 to 25 million, which is a lot of money if we then put to the transfer market. So he's going to leave for preseason, but this doesn't 100% mean that he will stay. I think we should point our eyes on Kluivert and we should keep him. Because if there is one thing we need to improve is the bloody squad depth. And Kluivert is a perfect substitution player. Obviously, he would much rather start matches like he did at Nice, like he will most probably do at Marseille and Monaco. But I think he can grab a lot of experience from the club. He already played a full season at Roma and didn't find, his way particularly well. He wasn't really bonding with the fans and his performances weren't amazing. But now the manager changed and we all know Mourinho's mentality. So I think Mourinho should give him a go for at least one season, start him in a few matches, potentially also become a starting player, as I said. Because I think Kluivert is a very young player with a lot of talent, a lot of skills, and I think we can see him grow. He's obviously from the Netherlands. He used to play for Ajax, who's got one of the best academy teams in the world, if not the best. And we bought him. We need to exploit him because he's got the skills. He's fast. And that is exactly the prototype player we need. So if I were Mourinho, I would keep him for a season. I would especially kind of shift a lot of attention to him in preseason, kind of to tell him, to warn him, right? I'm going to look at you at preseason because I want you to stay. If Mourinho does this, I think Kluivert can grow a lot. And the second that Kluivert grows a lot, I think bigger clubs are going to get interested in him. He is someone who, if he becomes more consistent when it comes to his performances, if he starts scoring more goals, we will see a lot of offers from big clubs. Obviously, his father played from Barcelona. His father has got a lot of communications with these big clubs, so he can easily bring his son to one of these clubs if one of these clubs is interested in. So I think I would give Kluivert a go. I think he's got the characteristics of a player we need. He has similar characteristics of Guedes. Guedes has got more experience. He's older than Kluivert, but he's a very similar player to Guedes. He's fast. He's got a lot of skills. He has a lot of contributions. He's a similar player to Guedes. Now, if we keep Kluivert, obviously, I do expect another winger to come. But again, if we can buy a new winger and add Kluivert to our squad depth, let's not forget that Kluivert in our team is free, is absolutely free. We have him. Let's exploit him. We don't need to pay for him. We don't need to pay a club. Yes, we need to pay some of his wages, but he won't earn monstrous amounts of money. And if there's something which we understood is that the squad depth needs and has to improve to aim for top four. Napoli's not living a great situation. The fight for top four this season will be between us and Napoli. And if you compare this situation to Napoli, we're living a way more peaceful and better situation. If we can add more players as possible to our squad list, we are going to play tougher matches this season. It's not the Conference League anymore. It's the Europa League. Tougher matches. More energy is consumed. The more players we have, the better. And we wouldn't even need to pay for him. So give him at least 1 year. I think it's a similar situation to Zaniolo. Keep him for another year and see. If he doesn't perform well, put him on the transfer list. It's as simple as that. And I think Kluivert, if he grabs the experience by being around these players, especially Matic, Smalling, Tammy, who won Champions League, Conference League, Kluivert can learn a lot. He can definitely learn a lot with Mourinho sitting on the bench. And I think this experience can benefit his entire football career, wherever he goes in the future, if he stays at Roma or if he changes club. So let me know your impressions on this, because this is something which journalists are talking about, Sky Sports is talking about in these last couple of hours. So ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, make sure to smash the like button in this video. Follow me on Instagram over at Simon_ASR_ and subscribe to the channel, which is the most important thing. Share the link with your families and friends, and let's try and get 5,000 subscribers as fast as possible. possible. As I said before, over the course of this week, I am in Amalfi Coast. I'm not planning to film absolutely anything apart from if we announce some players and that. But I have filmed some videos over the course of the last week, which will come out this week. So I won't go live this week, but there will be videos for you guys. So yeah, comment in the comments your impression on this deal. Would you keep Kluivert? Do you think Kluivert can improve squad depth? Do you think Kluivert has a good prospect? Let me know, because I am totally Kluivert in. I think Kluivert should stay for at least 1 year. If he then becomes a player like Leao, because they've got similar characteristics, then there we go. We didn't even have to pay for him. And that is the beauty of this deal. So I'll catch you soon. Simon.
For that ass. What you see is what you get. Peep that gram and see me flex. Don't hit me with those street texts. Fuck boys want but get no sex.